There we go. Yiddo. Is it working? It is. Music's maybe a smidge loud though. There we go. Okay, I was like, am I not live? No, I am. Okay. Hello. My lights aren't on. Don't. Yo! Hold on, give me half a second. Had to turn on all my lights and stuff. Totally forgot. Thank you, Jakings. If that's how you say your name, you let me know. How you doing? Welcome on in. It's mostly going to be a chill day today, I think. Nothing too crazy. Probably some art, not 100%, but yeah. Hey Beets, we're part of the same community, creative team. Ah, the web, yes, hello. Good to meet you, good to meet you as well. Tell me about yourself. What kind of streaming do you do? I say as I stalk you. That sounds weird to say out loud. Musician, very cool. Music's cool. I'm a fan of music. You saw my music pun in my title, I assume. But yeah, welcome on in. Yeah, we're probably doing some work on the music streamer, producer, drummer, guitarist, songwriter, playing a band and live stream gigs occasionally. Nice. That sounds awesome. Heck yeah. I'm a fan of that. Oh wait, I should follow you back. What am I doing? Wait, am I? Oh no, sorry. Where's the... I can't click on anything. There we go. Yeah, as deceiving as my title is, I don't do any sort of music stuff. Yo, Tuna, but yeah, different kind of beats. But that's cool. We have a few community members who do music stuff. And I'm jealous. What up, Tuna? How you doing today? I should also turn on my lights in the back. I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah, I think we originally had planned for dispatch this weekend. I think we're gonna save that for next weekend because I don't really want to stream too long. I'm still taking care of my mom, so I kind of am home for a little bit. been taking a break from being away from home, and then I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna head back. I'm probably slowly, like, because I'm only like 20 minutes away, but I'm super depressed today. It's great. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't tell if that's sarcasm. What's wrong, Tuna? Tell me about your woes. I forgot to change my hoodie. Well, whatever. I'm sorry to hear that, Tuna. Oh, stream chat. Imagine being able to watch stream, says Tebow. One must first imagine. What you working on here, Beets? This is my cooperative trading card game. So that's mostly what I work on. But I do some other stuff. I will show you. These are some of the cards. It is kind of plays a little bit like Magic, sort of, but it's against a automated deck and kind of has like a resource management aspect. So yeah, I guess that's the main thing. So yeah, these are some of the cards I've been working on. I do all the art and all the abilities and all that stuff. So currently it's only in a digital format or a print and play if you want to play it yourself, but it is on Tabletop Simulator. So if you are curious, although all these cards are not in the tabletop version, but all of these ones are. We have the old cards, and we're going to do a massive update soon, but thought you were writing D&D. I do D&D stuff, although that is we do chat does D&D. So if people want to play D&D on stream, they basically chat acts as a hive mind as one character, and they get to control them, and then I bring them through one of my homebrew worlds. But yeah, Osby, that's a great idea. Yeah, it's worked out pretty well. I'm sort of refining it, and then eventually I think I'm gonna make my own TTRPG system for it. So but that's like sort of a later goal. We also have the Old God deck. These are the evil cards that you play against. Oops. So yeah. Yeah, so that's that. Do you design all the cards? They're beautiful. Yes, I did. They're all my drawings. But thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, I did not read what you said, Tuna. I finished AMC Pantheon, and it's depressing because it was the most optimistic open-ended ending ever. That sounds, did you want it to be depressing? I'm lost. They're lovely. Great work. Great work. Thank you. Thank you. Great artwork. I can't read. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. But yeah, that's the game. We have 2 more cards to do. And then we can actually put this update out. There's a few other like little, oh, no wonder this needs an update. Okay. Oh, has been updated. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That fixed it. Beautiful. My dark mode thing for Google Docs, like I have an extension, and it broke. I think with a Google update, and I was like, I don't want to have to find another one, but they updated it and it works now. So yay. But yeah, we got 2 more cards to do. I don't know if that's exactly what we're doing today. I kind of don't know. We kind of have been off schedule for a bit, and I've been kind of trying to figure it out, but when a story is too optimistic, it becomes kind of pointless to me. Same for too tragic and pessimistic. That's fair. You need kind of a like ups and downs, right? I get that. I like well, I don't know. I think like betraying the tone of the story, the like if the whole show is optimistic and at the end it betrays the tone, I feel like that's kind of like betraying your viewers. So I feel like you kind of can't switch it up right at the end. But if you do have that like throughout the story, I think that's different. And I think you can break it every now and then. But I think they're like the tone of a story is like your trust with your viewers. So I think breaking it is can be weird, but I do understand what you're saying. If it's just like the same the whole time, it kind of gets like, it's just boring. It was loyal to the tone, but the tone that everything keeps drastically changing and the stakes keep getting higher. Yeah. But the tone is that everything keeps drastically changing. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. But yeah, we got, I keep getting distracted. We got 2 more cards to do. I did do a few changes to the game. Some of the base game stuff. Just because there's a few things I thought were a little weak that I wanted to tweak and make cooler. And then there were a few things, or I wanted to buff one of the old gods too, or old god cards, which I don't know if it's too much or not, but I did a slight balance to, because I've had a bunch of time to just sit around and do stuff, but let's see, I changed Witch's Hut. I gave it a unit effect, which this really only affects Swamp and Necromancer, but I think that's fine. Basically, effects that require a monster or minion to be destroyed now work with either type. So in theory, Necromancers now get units from minions and whatever. It basically makes it like how it was before, but I think it's kind of cool to require an extra card and require units on it. I also I renamed God of Humanity to God of Creation. I just think it makes more sense. And then I also gave a base effect, which I think might be too much, but it will be interesting to see. So all structures with a ability may activate for free when placed. So that's kind of cool. But do you have to roll dice to play like D&D, or is it shuffled? Or is it shuffled deck, random draw, etc.? Are you talking about the chat does D&D, or are you talking about my card game? Because we're doing the chat does D&D. We have like your card game. I can show you. It's it is drawing random cards. There's no dice involved in it. Let me show you what it looks like. Eventually it has to become pointless, and that's sort of the point. But I want a nice simple story that makes me smile and I can move on. That's fair. Yeah, I think some shows just go on for way too long. I think is maybe what you're getting at. I don't know. What am I doing? Well, let's open this one. So basically in the game, you have your god, which is kind of like, you know, your play style. So imagine like like your class, right? The god is basically your sort of play style, right? And then so you can pick one of those, and then the biggest like catch to this game is like the unit system. So basically, I'll kind of keep it kind of brief, but there is you know, hero cards and structure cards and land cards, right? And so you have like these sort of, you place them in different zones, kind of like, again, kind of like you would Magic or something like that. And then there are units, which are basically the strength of a card. And different cards give you different amount of units. Like this guy gives you 2 units. Usually I play this with poker chips in the real version, but your cards will gain extra units units every turn, or like this guy gains units when he's placed. And then essentially you can allocate those units to different cards to do different things. And then when the enemies arrive, so the enemies kind of just draw the deck at random. You can use your units to attack. So when you attack, you lose units, and then you also kill the enemy. So it's kind of very interesting how that sort of plays out. That's sort of the main main like mechanic of the game that I would say sets it apart from different things. Besides like the evil deck, like they have different like attack orders. So like if you see here, it says, you know, attack strongest, hero, then structure, then land. So that like tells you how it will attack your cards. And so you and a friend basically play against this automated deck. So I kind of just rambled there and didn't look what anyone was saying, but seems strong, but so many things are currently, so it doesn't matter because it needs to be play tested anyway. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, this is definitely strong. Although, like, I don't know how many cards it actually affects. It's really good with Embassy because it just, you play it and you get to play an extra card for free. Mage's Tower it would work with because you get 3 units for free. And then honestly, there aren't too many structures that it works with. It's very strong, but like, but not so strong that it's like overpowered, because there's just not a lot of structures that do abilities necessarily. So it'll be interesting. Altruism is the best one. True. Altruism is pretty rad. I got you. So do you keep the cards for a defeated enemy? No. So those go, so once you defeat an enemy card, they go into the discard pile. And then your goal is to kill their god, which is the old gods. And if you kill the old god, you win the game. But you need 25 units to do so. So you kind of got to build up your sort of engine to kill the old god. I did originally have it planned that you kill them and you get their stuff, and when they killed you, they would get your stuff. But it kind of ended up being too much. I do have a whole video about it though, if you're curious at all. You have to build your ranks. Yeah, basically you just have to build up your whole army turn by turn, and then once you have all your you can only play 2 cards per turn, so you kind of just have to build up and strategize with your ally to figure out what works. So it's pretty cool. Grot, hello. Welcome, my friend. The silliest of grots. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is too powerful, mostly because it only works with structures. I was thinking of like some infinite glitches that work with if it worked with like any card, but I don't know. I just thought I'd try it. Worst case, it's bad and we undo it, but I think it's kind of cool. Zeno, hello, welcome on in. How you doing today? So I did that. I feel like there was something else I did. What other card did I tweak in my spare time? I've also been just writing a lot. I'm planning on doing a short for every single one of the cards I've made. I kind of talked about that a little bit, I think, in the Discord server. But I do want to open this, but this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I don't remember what I'm looking for anymore. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't remember. I did edit Maw the Forgotten. I made him stronger because he kind of feels like a pushover to me, but I don't know if I really fixed the problem. I just made it more punishing if you don't deal with him. So it makes a little more sense. So I have it instead where right now it's like worded weirdly. I now just have it at the end of the turn. He goes to the end of the turn order, and then he will destroy all minions if they're left alive, and then just attack 2 cards, which I think is pretty powerful, seeing as he can or destroy any number of minions that will be there, right? And then he'll just attack that number of cards. So basically it's a change for 1 damage to 15 damage. So you really want to take care of the minions, otherwise he's just crazy. So he's supposed to be a boss monster. I want him to feel a little bit more scary. So we'll see how it goes. The Old God's definitely going to need some sort of buff, but didn't really understand what he did anyways when I played against it. It should make more sense now, but I'm not 100% certain on that. So hopefully the wording's a little clearer now. So we'll see. So I reworded him a bit, and hopefully he just is scary. Hopefully you draw him and you're like, oh no. I'm screwed. What else? I think that's it. I could have sworn, yeah, I buffed Witch's Hut and I buffed God of Creation. I could have sworn I did one other thing, but there may have been just some like rewording I did or something, but yeah, if there's any like cards that you think need tweaking, definitely let me know. And I will try my best to push it out before the update, but we do have 2 more cards to do. I don't know if we want to like do some drawing or if we want to, I don't know. I've got like patch notes to write up. Although yeah, I didn't put the new updates in there. Or no, I did God of Creation, which is, oh no, I did. Okay, never mind. We don't have patch notes to write up. I lied to you. I think I want to have a video come out with this as well. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was going to show you the lore stuff. Yeah, the idea is to do like short videos where I like, I mean, a lot of you saw this in the Discord server, but sort of a little excerpt of lore, kind of explaining what they do, but also like in just more of a lore format, like the Osgathian warrior, a trained fighter with the strength of many men, ending battles before they've even begun. Like, it doesn't really tell you much about the lore necessarily, but at least like kind of gives you some flavor, and also kind of like they have the strength of many men, which is like they literally start with 5 units, you know? So, and then I give like an excerpt on like what kind of use cases they have and like what you do to optimize it, you know? So making them a frontliner early game or anytime you need booting units. It pairs especially well with Necromancer Altar and C, letting you replay it, gain the benefits of its effect additional times. So yeah, stuff like that. But there you have it. That's the story. And then I've done it for like a few cards all the way to Soulfist Monk. I spelled units wrong here. And but yeah, if you have any ideas for any of this stuff, I would love to hear it. I would usually give my thoughts, but this depression is hitting hard, so I can't shake it off. Are you actually that sad from it? That sounds sorry, that sounded dismissive. Is it are you sad that it's over, or are you sad the way it ended? I did not mean my tone to come off the way it did. What? Tuna is sad about the show he was watching and how it ended? Question mark. Is it over or is it? It's not even sad. It's just feel like I'm floating in space without meaning or reason. I kind of get that. Like, I think it's like that feeling when you get when a show is just over and you've like binged it and you watched it all. And then you're like, now what do I do? These characters and people are gone from my life. Now what? You just need to start it over again. Just keep watching it forever until the universe collapses. I'm sorry, Tuna. I'm sorry you're feeling lost. Someone give Tuna a hug. Whoever's nearby. I'm gonna yell through Tuna's microphone for someone to hug Tuna. I don't think you'll understand until you watch it yourself because it's so different from anything you could imagine. Interesting. Pantheon. I spelt it horribly wrong. Show. This is not what I was expecting. Why did I think this was a different show? I was thinking this was some sort of like, I don't know. This is not what I was expecting though, because I really thought it was a live action show. Anyway. I think I'm the closest to Tuna geographically, but I'm still very far away. True. Beets, you need to start insulting me and being really mean and dismissive. Give back some meaning to my emptiness. That's wild, Tuna. Tuna, I was like, did it just ban Tuna? No. Tuna, it's gonna be okay. This too shall pass, as they say. How about we give you some cool art of a cave? How about that? Will that make you happy? A band would fill this void? I don't think so, because you would be in a void. You'd literally be sent to the void. I honestly can't tell if you're actually as upset as you are or you're being dramatic. It's hard to tell with text. You know, like I can't, like it's hard, like I literally can't tell if you're joking or if you're serious. Maybe let's see how the cave makes me feel. Okay. That is the problem with interacting with someone over the digital space, you know? Over the old text words. Sorry, I am going to be paying attention slightly to my phone in case I am summoned back to my mother's. All right, Tuna, what kind of cave are we thinking? Cave. I think the biggest thing we want to do is keep it from looking like... I'm seriously empty, but I'm trying my best to get back into tip-top shape. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry. Again, I don't mean to be, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. I feel for you, buddy. You should watch something silly. That's the best question you could have asked. Let me find a reference. Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether it's like the internals of a cave. Like the one thing I want to, or like the mouth of a cave or what. I think the only thing we want to avoid is making it look like Shadow's Den, which is also a cave, which is, I think we can do much better than this now, you know? This is kind of aggressively mediocre. Granted, this was like one of the last cards I did when I was doing the game jam, so it's bound to look bad, but here we are. I do like the internal, like this sort of like cool cave pond thing. Oh god. Like that's kind of cool, right? That's pretty rad. That's a little like, I want stalactites and stalagmite kind of thing. I know I'm saying it wrong. I don't care. And whatever, you get the point. I think that sells cave more than just like, here's a hole in the wall, you know? Originally, I was imagining the mouth of a cave in the forest or something, a bear would live, but inside could be interesting too. Yeah, I think inside is more visually interesting. Like, this is much smaller than I was expecting. But you know, something like this, right? Where we kind of have, like, I mean, this would be pretty sick, right? We also do have the inside of a cave for, what are they called? Beast Tamer? Although you can't really tell on the card. I mean, there's like the mouth of the cave and they're in the whatever, but. Have you seen Hulk vs. Wolverine? I have not. I have not. I really like this reference and this reference. I miss the old days when you could click on a picture and it would bring you right to the picture. You know what I mean? I feel like Google changed. It used to let you just like click on it and it would show you the picture. And now you have to like click on it and then right click on it and then like open a new window and like, or open image in new tab. I used to just, you know, I miss the simple days, you know? I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm saying. I think sort of the mouth of a cave inside of the cave, if that makes sense. There's some pretty cool pictures though. Ooh, my eye is twitching. That's fun. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find references for their environment start because it's what I'm thinking of. Okay, because I'm working on my game jam game more and I made the mechanics basically so there's a small chance everything turns every turn that someone or that some of your planets revolt and have ships become because there's a problem. The player's base economy would send all their ships to fight other players and would, because, sorry, it's hard to read blocks of text, because they had more ships and would usually win gathering territory, therefore more economy than they just snowball to win. Gotcha. I made it so that players would need to leave some ships behind, slowing their expansion, and it was also extremely frustrating when you leave a planet with no ships and just turn, you get unlucky for rolls. I don't know if I just remove it. Interesting. I mean, I think that is interesting. Like if you leave a ship, it just doesn't happen. Or maybe like if you have like a certain amount of economy, it won't happen, right? Like they'll only revolt if they're your economy is low or something. I do think the idea is interesting, but I don't know if it's necessary, right? I think your gameplay is good. I think the biggest part, like, about the game jam version of the game was just the win conditions. I think that was the biggest, you know, issue. I think some of the classes were like the seekers, I felt like needed more going for them, like maybe more buffs with their relics and stuff like that. But I don't know, sometimes more is more. But at the same time, you know, if you can get it to work, then it's cool, right? Because that's kind of how I'm feeling about Blighted Blackridge. Like, the corruption mechanic, I don't know if adding the like additional feature I have to it is useful, or if it's more just like if it's good, or if it's just, you know, more, you know. Oh, I do want to ask you a favor. If you are working on it, could you, if you do publish to the workshop, would you mind waiting or publishing it on a different workshop page until the video is done? Because I still need to record stuff of your game. I don't know, that might be too much to ask, but especially because if you update cards, I think it changes it differently. It might change them on the workshop page. I really should just get it done. Honestly, it shouldn't even ask you to potentially hold off, but I'm gonna try to, don't worry, Beets, I'm too perfectionist to finish it so fast. Okay, good. I do want to try to get the video out by the 1st. I don't know if that's going to happen with me not really being home, but I'm going to try my darndest. I fixed the win condition now, but I'm going mad and overhauling everything because I don't like how it was before. Well, there you go. Found references like the bleak colors in them give a unique vibe. Okay. Interesting. Very desaturated. I see what you're saying. I do like it, but it is definitely exterior, right? I kind of feel like I want to do interior, but I don't know, maybe because like I really do like I think this is pretty cool, right? Like something like this is pretty rad. You know? We could potentially try to use those colors, although I don't know if that really screams armies. I mean, armies definitely does have, like, most of the lands are cheerful looking, you know? At least the good lands. I don't know, maybe we could try it. We could try giving it a different vibe. I've been trying to work within my color palette. We could give it a shot though. I don't think we'd have green though if we're doing it interior. Unless we do like moss or something. We can try. Let's start with the shape though. I kind of feel like oh dear Lord, I just remembered something. I just forgot something. The lore can be as closer to cold lands, so it's very wintry. I can see that. I mean, caves usually are kind of mountain or near like mountains and stuff. Although what is the ability of this do again? It's an altruism land. But it's also the lore of it that it's like near the old gods sort of area, right? You gain benefits from minions not residing in it, more or less. So maybe bleak is good. I don't know. We'll draw. I think I have very much a tendency to go optimistic with most things, and then we have I think a lot of y'all tend to go more darker with most things. So it is interesting. Maybe I'm wrong. But like, I don't think I ever would have added like a mad scientist to the game if it weren't like, if you guys hadn't, or like stuff like that, right? Like, I think a lot of the cards turned out maybe darker than I would have added, but at the same time, I don't know. And maybe that's just like the game evolving. I think I might want it to just kind of be framed. So we still kind of get that cave mouth opening sort of look, but it's just inside the cave. I have another reference. Have you seen Dr. Stone? A good amount of it. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, I do love my Grimdark. Yeah. The Miracle Cave from it was very cool because there's a ton of bats on the ceiling. Did I get that far? I don't know. I think I saw all of season 1. I do like the idea of there being water in here. It's at the start. We can chat. Okay. If you share with me, I'll. Oh, yeah. It's been a while. I was sick and I think I binged the entire first season and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I think started to fall off of it. Looking outwards, I don't think this is the Miracle Cave, to be fair. Gotcha. Is it the same cave? It's got to be. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, we'll probably go for like, well, what time is it and how we doing on time in general? Okay, 19 minutes. I think we'll probably only do like a 2-hour stream today, I would guess. But yeah. I do find that perspective interesting, but I don't know if it fits for land. Kind of just like a singular location right then. Not necessarily, because we do have like I mean, Hollow Ground like is very singular location feeling. Trying to think if I agree with you. Graveyard is probably pretty. I mean, it kind of just a graveyard, but I don't know. I feel like the internal cave is more interesting than an external one, personally. But Nova, hello. What if the water was from the sea? So It's one of those sea caves. I could see that. I could see that. That way you can put it in a boat or some signs of life. I could see that. Potentially. Hello, DDP. How you doing? Welcome on in. I need to do like a different color so we're not just blinded by a white canvas. Beets, how did you undepress me by asking what I think? Because thinking is a wonderful thing. Because most of the time, I think when people are upset, a lot of the time is because they're just too in their own head. You just gotta think about this. There's nothing here. I don't know why I'm drawing here. You literally won't see it. No, I'm not depressed anymore. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ruining your depression. No, I think just, you know, thinking about stuff is good, you know. It does help get you out of it sometimes. Also, just hanging out with people is a lot of the time a good way to feel better. I don't know. I kind of like this perspective. Maybe it isn't like perfect for like land sort of whatever, but I don't know. I think it works. I'm not going to overthink it too much, I don't think. We've got a card game to finish, you know? If you put some ores around, scatter them, give them scarcity but obvious, so there's a reason why it's a unusable or a usable land. I can see that. I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to like decide if I want to make it like, because we could put like evil eyes in the background, but I also think that maybe we put bats in here. I think bats could be cool. We also could put more land in here, like we have, you know, more of a, like there's water in there, but I mean, water is a pretty important resource in a, or anywhere, you know. We could put a mouth of a cave like way over here too, if we wanted to. If we want to show the outside, I don't know. Hydrate, thank you. Thank you, Nova. Sorry if I'm mumbling. I feel like I'm kind of not out of it, but I'm kind of gold in the water. Ooh, I can see that. There's gold in these waters. What What does that make me think of? Oh, it's Inscription. Sorry. There's gold in them cards. We gotta play Inscription after we're done with Dispatch. I think that's our game after that. Such a good game. Deep heckin' toot. Always making an entrance with a push-up redeem. Inscription Pog. See, Nova knows what's up. Push up time. Oh, I don't know why that was so difficult. Next time you play Dispatch, it might get a bit spicy. Keep that in mind. Okay, deal. I mean, I kind of figured it would. The naked ass guy was not the end of it, to say the least. I kind of figured. I mean, usually if you start something off like that, you're bound to get a little more crazy. It jump scared me. Yeah. Did you have nudity off? Is the question. Did you get banned from Twitch? I think something like this. How do we feel? Do we like this as a cave? Good layout? Okay. I hate replaying because of that scene. Yes. That is a cave, yes. I read it backwards for some reason. Okay. Of course, a good portion of it is not visible. Let me do that a little bit. Yes, 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 a cave, that is. Yes, cave this is. You see Kyoto. Must rest. You know what I mean? Good old Yoda, you know? I'm wondering if I probably should do more of the old spikies, you know what I mean? I don't know. I wonder if I keep it less detailed. Oh, I wonder. No, I probably have enough. Probably don't need to go too crazy with it. Yeah. Also, it's cool you're close to your mom, because I was expecting another flight situation, which probably would have been expensive. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like, it's mostly, it's nice that she's only, 20 minutes away, because I can still like come home and do stuff. And whatever. How's your mom today? She's doing pretty good. She definitely still needs my help with stuff. Like I need to help with like making dinner and that kind of thing. She's pretty mobile now, surprisingly. I mean, she has to use like a walker and stuff basically to move. For context, anyone who didn't hear, my mom had a knee replacement surgery, so I've been somewhat away. But yeah, just been taking care of her. And Luna doesn't miss you too much. Yes, she actually, I got here earlier because I came home and I was like, I'm just gonna like sit for a minute with Luna, and then she climbed in my lap and then we both took a nap. So I probably could have gotten on here earlier, but I was trapped. So I hope you can forgive me. Speaking of which, here. You can hardly see her, but that's her. That's my life, just napping with family. True. Or that's the life, not my life. The life. Indeed. She was very cute and fluffy. It was a good time. So yeah, I'm slightly later. I was slightly later to stream than I meant to be, but I also don't think I'm going to stream like super long anyway, because the goal is to not be here too long. This was kind of like an extra tidbit. I figured I'd do a little bit of work, a little bit of stream. I'm pretty tired. It's kind of weird how like tired I am from, I really haven't been doing too much, right? Like, I mean, I'm mostly just helping my mom do like chores more or less, but I'm surprisingly very tired. I think like most of it's just being out of my routine, but yeah. So this week you'll do Beets night, and then next week we'll be free to move on. I think so. There might be like a few little things we need to do, but I might be able to just get most of that done at my mom's, like not on stream, because I kind of don't have anything else to do. So maybe I can just do like we need to get everything into the into Tabletop Simulator and stuff like that and all that. Part of me is like tempted to do it more of like a big release sort of thing, but I also don't know if that like makes any sense. Like do it like, oh, the new big patch of Armies Against Entropy, and then do a video with that. But I also don't want to put the update off for like a month to do that, because I still have to get this video done. I think that video would take like no time at all, because I would just be talking at camera and being like, let's just talk about all the cards that I put out, and then I'll just literally ramble about them and then just edit it down slightly and then call it a day. And then maybe just like put some graphics of the cards popping up, but I can't imagine that video would take more than like a week to do. But I don't know if it makes sense to like hold off on anything to do that. IRL party called Beets Night. I can see it. Welcome to the Beat Night. But yeah, there's the card that will have my cameo. Me, featuring me. Three minutes till ads. Okay. Also, just wanted to put this out there. If it sounds interesting, you could just like change the facial hair at Beets Night if you want to make him stand out more as more in comparison to the king. I think he's fine, honestly. I think when you look at them side by side, they don't really look that different, or like they don't look that similar. Also, I think, speaking of beards, I think I might shave down my beard. Not shave it, but like trim it down a lot. I think I'm kind of getting over it. I'm high, y'all. I'm also very tired today, so I'm sorry I didn't do my usual greeting. It's okay. Why are you high? We're all depressed today. Dang, I'm not depressed. I'm just tired. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we're just depressed. Maybe Tuna's right. Maybe we're all just sad. I'm not depressed anymore, suckers. You're welcome. Yeah, clearly I can't even write. All right, we're coming up on an ad break, so let's do that, and then we will. I think we'll just color this in. I think we're on that part already. Wow, lands go fast. Who would have thought? Anyway, let's save and then we'll ad break. Well, let's just throw you an ad break. I'll save while that happens. All right, be right back, guys.
Recently, I was challenged by Blackthorn Prod to make a board game in just 24 hours. If you've already seen that video, consider this the extended cut of my section. If you haven't and you're unfamiliar with them, Blackthorn Prod is a YouTube channel known for challenging developers to make games. This video was part of their engine battle series, where each dev used their preferred game engine to build a game. Of course, I'm a board game developer, so I don't really have an engine, but they wanted to mix things up and invited me to join in. This was extra exciting for me because it was the first time they actually invited someone to do a board game for one of their videos. For this challenge, me and the other devs had to make a survival horror game in an hour and a totally separate game in 24 hours. In this video, I'm going to focus on the 24-hour game because there's a lot more to talk about. If you're curious about the whole story though, I'd recommend you check out the full BTP video. But here's the quick version. For the 1 hour game, I made a battleship-inspired board game where one player, as a monster, constantly chased and hunted the other player. I leaned more into the horror aspect, emphasizing the tension of escaping the monster and the uncertainty of not knowing where the other player was. For the 24-hour game though, I wanted to hone in on the survival aspect instead. Because trying to survive a monster attack is all well and good, but a true survival game, everything is trying to kill you. Not having played a whole lot of horror games, I was limited from what I could pull from for inspiration. So when trying to decide on a vibe, Hunt Showdown kept coming to mind. It had two key aspects I like, the PvPvE aspect and its aesthetic. I wanted to make a card game this time around, and the cowboy horror theme lent itself to a few mechanics I wanted to use. So to start, I compiled all my ideas into a spreadsheet with each card element organized into its own column. From there, I populated these fields. I added weapons like the coach gun, 6-shooter, and throwing knife. These would be used for battling creatures. Added tools like a lantern, dice, a bedroll. These are versatile cards generally used to assist players. And finally, rations, because what's a survival game if you're not starving to death? Then there were events. These cards were the main challenges of the game. Creatures exist solely to kill you, shops allowed you to trade resources, and incidents throw unique situations at the player, often leading to them screwing each other over. Once these cards were designed in sheets, I imported them into Dexterous, which converted the data into actual cards. This program was a real lifesaver, and honestly, this challenge would have been nearly impossible without it. Basically, every heading on the spreadsheet was assigned to a zone on a card template. These zones are automatically filled with the corresponding information from each cell, generating the cards. From there, they could be ported into Tabletop Simulator, ScreenTop.gg, or a printed format. I also had time to draw art, which you've been seeing throughout the video. I went with a simple wanted poster aesthetic because it was easy and it fit the theme nicely. And for some reason, I decided to painstakingly draw wood grain for this game board with the limited time I had. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, if you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing. Because if you don't, I won't give Luna any more treats. That's right, I'm blackmailing you. Anyway, with all that done, this is the Blight of Blackridge, a cutthroat fight for survival where mercenaries hunt the horrors of this cursed frontier and takes down anyone who would stand between them and their reward. Let me explain the most important parts. First is bidding, added to make the game as
okay, I have returned.
Possible. Players bet item cards face down on events.
Boop. Beets, what you said about making the game darker. Don't make me redeem unicorns. Do it, you won't. A Minotaur unicorn. How would that even work? Top half a unicorn, the bottom half a human? Is that... There you go, I guess. Or do you mean a... Well, I was going to say a centaur unicorn, but a centaur unicorn would be... Would be the same as... Would be just a human human top half, but then would they have just a unicorn horn? How would that work? Oh, centaur, right? Is that what you meant? You meant a centaur. I was gonna say, because the other one's a bull. Like bull person. Unicorn ass. Anyway, but no, but top half unicorn, bottom half human would be so hype. It would be interesting. It's not very bald, but there you go. I need to shave my head. I haven't been home, so I haven't used my super duper baldinator. You know what I mean? Do we do darker, gloomier colors, or do we want these sort of cool cave? I guess we could just block in colors real quick. Let's do, this is more what I was thinking. Let's go with like a, at least based on the references. What the heck is this? Okay, this is later. Okay. Like I was thinking, you know, cool. That's the wrong layer. Maybe a little more desaturated, like not quite that vibrant. And then I don't know, maybe like more of a tan. Oops. Like something along these lines is where my brain's at. Maybe. Whereas I think stream chat. I see. Thank God he's wearing pants. True. Is that some Fortnite thing or something? And maybe has a dragon tail and breathes fire. Now we're just making a chimera, which we all know Tuna's all about. But if there was a hero that could move between lanes, like could go into the structure lane, there is. It's called the Stone Golem. Why do I feel like this is off? Oh, I guess that works. Well, I never read it's a fact. Yeah, it's an ability. It can move between them. The golem is every card type. Any card type it believes that it is, you know? If it just believes hard enough. Okay, this is my thought, these sort of colors. If we go with like Tuna's sort of colors that he was talking about, something more bleak-esque, we could go something more like, I don't know. More grayish, and then maybe like I don't know, the water almost looks like, if we combine your two references here, we could do something more greenish. It kind of looks kind of toxic though. We could do like a whiter water, like the water is kind of, I don't like that. Yeah, like this sort of color. All I knew about it has a unit gen. It does. Is Golem more Pem Forest or Magic Society adjacent? Ooh, you like the green? Yeah, I kind of like this better, right? Do we like tan or more rocky? I mean, we could even go like the sort of teal color you like. Sometimes I wonder if I'm colorblind, because like I feel like this in my mind is more of a blue than a green. Oh, I did go green. I did actually go green. I did go this green. That is greeny. I'm crazy. Leave me alone. It's certainly more blue. Okay. I don't know. Now we're getting confused. That's greeny. I think this is maybe what you meant. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Yes. It's more blue. You're not colorblind. Okay. I can't read any of them. Okay, right. Because 2 actually is colorblind. Right. I was going to do a brown. What was I talking about before? Oh, here. I think the Stone Golem is more magic. I think he was probably created by the mages in the mountains, and like they just brought an entire mountain to life. But yeah, he has unit gen. Monsters and minions treat this card as both strongest and weakest card type of the zone it occupies. And then it moves between any of the zones for free and is treated as that type. It's not disabled as a structure if it goes to a structure zone without a land. Ta-da. There you go. Have you tried those colorblind glasses? I have not tried them, but I'd like to though. I wonder if they actually do work. I think it just increases the contrast essentially, right? Why did you say free like that? Why didn't I say free like that? They're fake. Interesting. Kind of like this teal color though. I feel like it's interesting. Like if we go teal, like a teal mixed with this green, like hold, everyone calm down. Everyone chill. Sorry. Where the heckaroo is this tab? There it is. They don't fix my cones. Yeah, it's more contrast. You need the cones. Give me them cones. How does everyone feel about this? Ready for this? Sometimes I get depressy thinking about all the cones I'll never see. It's all, it's okay. We can't see shrimp colors. True. The special shrimp eyes. Not all of us have shrimp eyes. Shrimp heaven now. Does anyone? No one listens to Mabim Bam, I assume. Nova seems like someone who might listen to Mabim Bam, but I don't know what that means, but I said it. How do we feel about like that? Like a combo of the two? Do we like that? You have? Okay. Do you know Shrimp Heaven now? Most other people here don't know anything about well, maybe they have. I always ask about the Adventure Zone, and then people are like, I've seen Adventure Time, and I'm like, not the same thing. Shrimp Heaven now. Anyway, I just thought of that the other day because I had shrimp, and I was like, well, I didn't have shrimp, but whatever. You know what? It's fine. I kind of like this. What if I do multiply? No, I don't like it. This is interesting though. It's that kind of like cool water color thing. Maybe like really dark around the edges. Maybe. Is this anything? Someone peed in the cave pool? How? It's green. Tuna, what are you saying about the color of pee? Yellow and blue makes yellow and blue makes green, so it makes sense to me, but I added green to blue. Do you actually like the gold idea? Because I have no idea how you could do that. I mean, you could put it like here, like in this area, but I don't know. Sometimes you can pee green. I think you need to see a doctor if you're peeing green. might want to get that checked out. That's what I'm saying. I guess maybe if you like eat something, like I guess you can pee red if you eat beets, which is, you know, speaking of beets, you know. This is not my references. I keep thinking my references aren't open and they're right in front of my face. I do like the treasure idea. I'm trying to think how I would implement it. Yeah. Or some sort of practical light source would be kind of cool. Fireflies maybe or something like that. I don't know. Never done it, but I know people who are super green buggers peeing. Oh, that's wild. Isn't that cannibalism though? Eating beets? You're true. You're right. But honestly, beets are delicious, so maybe a little cannibalism's okay, you know? Not if tuna does it, true. Well, tuna eats tuna, I'm pretty sure, so tuna's also a cannibal. We're all cannibals here. We don't know that grot doesn't eat grots, you know? The lesson of the day is cannibalism is okay. I actually hated beets as a kid. Yeah, I didn't like beets either, but I think it's mostly because I only had pickled beets and I was kind of like meh on them. But I think like normal, just regular beets, you know, pan fry them in butter, salt, and pepper, and you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking this. Are you guys liking this? Because I'm liking this. I think maybe we just do a mixture between tan and gray. Like I could just do this and then just like erase everything. This is like a weird way to do it, but why not? It's actually not that weird, but I'm liking this. I feel like we could put a little treasure chest here. I'm wondering if that makes any sense though, like for the card ability. Because like the idea is that, honestly, I'm probably making this too light of a card, but the idea is that like monsters could take up inhabitants if you don't take care of them. You don't destroy them. Which is probably not the vibe of this card, although I guess I could make the lighting darker. But it is a good guy card, right? Like, so I don't want it to look... I unhook my window. I do want to make it look good, you know? I think I don't want to lean... Like, I feel like we've leaned a little too far into some of like the darker things on the good cards. Obviously the border kind of like brings it all back and it's fine, but I do like I don't know. I do like making the good cards look good. Those are the food I refused to eat. Then I actually tried them and realized they were great. True. I had a traumatic memory where they forced me to eat beets in kindergarten. Absolute sickos. Same. That's messed up. My dad forced me to eat pierogies. I see. I don't know if I was forced to eat anything. Why did I... You know what? Never mind. It's fine. I'm kind of wondering why I oughta keep grabbing the rulers and pulling them in. I should have done this as a layer mask instead of the way I'm doing it, but it's okay. How do we feel about this? Do we like it? Do we hate it? I think if we do shading, it's going to look really cool. I think the darker cards create this greater sense of scale. Really like, wow, everyone is fighting together for this together. Yeah, that's true. I always forget about that. Not like, I don't know, you bring that up, you've brought that up multiple times, and every time I'm like, you know what, Tuna's right, and then I promptly forget. Apparently. I used to ask why all these mean guys are helping the good side. Is entropy so bad that it acts, or is entropy so bad that it acts to unite you're even the worst people? Yeah, true. It's just that great of a threat. Okay, this is just gonna bother me. I need to erase here. It's like a tiny little detail, but it's bothering me, so here we are. Okay. I think shading, and then it's probably... Then it might be done. Although we could throw in some little details afterward. Like you were saying, like a treasure chest or something. Or bats, or I don't know. I like the idea of the treasure, but I also wonder if it's if it makes sense, you know? Trying to decide what color to use for shading here. I don't really like any of that. No. This one? Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm also gonna do a similar thing here. Done diddly overdid it. Bats are great because they cluster together too much. There are many ways you can't even tell it's bats. It's easy to draw. Ooh, I like this contrast. Well, yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're going to put this in a multiply layer. And then instead of, sometimes this is kind of exactly how I just did this other layer, but we're going to probably lower it just, no, we're not. We are going to erase, and then the water will make the cave glow. I guess it's glowing water. We've just established that for some reason. Why is it glowing water? I don't know. Yeah, see, we're gonna carve out the light rather than adding darkness. And then we'll probably make the light a little more teal. Ooh, yeah, it's coming along, right? I think something's happening here. I use this technique sometimes with the darker cards, like the Graveyard. I did this, where it's like rather than doing the proper, or not the proper, but the like shading with whatever, I just reverse shade it. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's fun to use every now and then. You're trying to get it moody. It's glowing because gold. There's gold in the water. Actually, that's a good question. What if there's like gold in water, what color does it make the water turn? You know, like if you have like copper or like metals in the, or like different minerals in water, right? I think eventually they'll like change the color of the water, right? And that's why like some things look like this. I don't think it's gold, but like different minerals or whatever. I wonder if you have a gold metal solution, what it turns. My guess would be red, but I could be wrong. Interesting question. Someone ask the internet. Or ChatGPT or something, I don't know. What is a gold water solution color? This cave leads to El Dorado. True. I was mid-sentence and was wowed. You can make a bat or two with glowing eyes. Yeah, I was thinking about that. We'll see. Honestly, the card might just speak for itself, you know? I don't know if I'll need to. I don't know if I'll need to add extra stuff. But we'll see. By the way, kind of sick of when I watch a show and the ending is super unique and unexpected, because the more predictable option has been done a bunch. Why can't stories just follow stereotypes anymore? I get that. It's like, you don't need to be edgy. Sometimes the format works. Sometimes the format is just good. My eye is twitching. Does that when I'm tired. It does it when it's tired. My eye twitches when I'm tired. Making it sound like my eye was a separate entity. but it's boring if it's predictable usually. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, if it's too predictable, yeah. Well, I think like the ending being predictable doesn't really matter in a way. I think it's more the journey being predictable that's the problem. But maybe I'm wrong. I guess it's both, but I don't even say boring's the right word. I would say it's more like if it's predictable, you're just guessing it. And I don't know if that's boring. Is boring the right word? I don't know. I'm trying to think that through. I'm trying to think if I agree with that. I guess boring's the right word. Right enough, you know. I think maybe rather I'm gonna do a clipping, or what is it called? A layer mask? I'm gonna do a layer mask. And then just do like a broader sort of stroke on this. Give me fan service for enduring the entire story and let me move on. That's fair. Oh, wait. I missed some stuff. Oh, no, I didn't. Most shows that have very predictable endings, I really don't like. Usually, power of friendship endings. I mean, I think it depends on how it's done, right? I like power of friendship stuff, but I like it. But like most of the time it's like anime and it's like whatever. But it's like if it like the power of friendship stuff comes out at the end and just like out of nowhere, then I think it's lame. It depends on how it is. Like there's a lot of like, you know, like anime that use that, right? But that's just like the whole trope or like the whole story throughout all of it. Whereas like if it's just like the entire movie and then they're at the end like, wait, actually it's friendship that was the whatever, you know, like, so I don't know. Here we are. I don't know. I think the issue, if the ending is super convenient, it feels unearned. There you go. That's true. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at. I just was saying it poorly. Well put. You need to earn that happy cliche ending to make it work. So it's hard to pull off. True. Natal B fan service. Only you. Well, I was about to say only you want that too, but that's not true. You were literally making a game about Natal B fan service. I wish it's windy. Holy heckaroo. Wish more shows had creative endings. That's fair. Banana Fish is crazy unique. For example, I don't know if anyone watched Has Been, but the ending of season 2 I hate. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard mediocre things. Is ad gonna be good? I don't think so. What about I don't know, maybe ad is good. Maybe we do a different color. That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. Maybe it's this color. I don't like that either. Hard light, maybe? How do we feel about this? I almost wonder if I should put it above the line art. It's a little crazy now. I feel like I should have checked the layout on this sooner. I still like it. Ah, no, it's good. Okay, I lied. An ending needs to reflect the themes of the show honestly. What I don't like is our open-ended endings because I can write my own stories. I don't need to watch a whole show just to have a template to imagine stuff. Yeah, I agree. It's, I mean, like, yeah. I don't necessarily know if like open-ended means that like people are expecting you to imagine what happens, just that there is more that happens after the story is over, in the sense that like real life after a story is over, things continue to happen. You know, like I don't know. I think that's a lot of the time maybe what's implied by like a open-ended story. Which reminds me of like a thing I heard. It was like the ending of a video game, and it was really interesting. It was, I saw it in a video essay, but the dialogue was super interesting for the ending of the game. And it was something about like, it was something about how endings of stories usually aren't ending. It was really interesting. I'd have to, like, this isn't doing any justice to anything, but maybe I'll have to find it and share it, because it's super interesting, but it's also very spoilery, so maybe I shouldn't say it. Depends on how open it is, but generally, yeah, they suck. I agree. Although it's like really interesting because a lot of like Ghibli movies are very open-ended, you know, but like they're good movies. I feel like green might be too much. Let's just tone it back a bit. When I'm watching something, I expect a journey to begin and end. Otherwise, what's the point of getting invested in something that will never have a satisfying conclusion? I agree with that. Like if there's a bit of openness, it's fine. Yeah. No, will it depress me? It depends, but I don't think so. I don't think it will. But then again, you were depressed by something being open-ended, so kind of hard to say how you'll feel about it. What do we think? Does this need more? I feel like it needs more. What does it need more of? Do we put treasure in here? Does this need more detail? I think it needs more detail. Maybe we paint in a few extra shadows. Are you snoring? Little kitten snores. I just love a happily ever after. I love to say I would love to say what happens in the end of Pantheon, but I actually can't think. I actually think any of you will love it if you watch it, so I can't spoil it. Yeah. It seems like something I would like. I don't know. Visually, it looks cool, at least. Yeah, I think this helped. Might be a little much, but... Hello, computer? Why do none of my buttons work? Is it you? Or is it this weird thing that... Yeah. Maybe the composition does need to be up a bit. I don't know. What do we think? I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe one more edge light kind of thing. Like if we do a vivid light and then just really vivid light's the wrong color. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe we just need a different... Yeah, maybe something like this. Maybe only in the areas you would expect it. It's really glowing, huh? I can't recommend watching it because I think I hate it. Oh no, but it's really good. Even the ending is good, but definitely not for me. I can provoke my own, I can provoke my own thoughts. Don't need stories to do it for me. Yeah. I get that. That's kind of how I feel about like games that have branching pathways. I'm like, just tell me the story. I don't need to choose. I don't need to choose the ending. You know, I don't need to choose what the character's doing, which is kind of like, you know, Dispatch and that kind of thing. Like, which is like typically why I don't play those kind of games on my own, or like, you know, normally, because I get bogged down by the choices, and I'm like, I don't need this. But I do enjoy them if I just let it go, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna enjoy I'm just gonna pretend like this game only has one right option, and I'm picking it. But yeah, that's kind of a different problem. It's a whole different thing. It's like, wow, I got the bad ending. Now my whole playthrough feels horrible. Yeah. It's soured in that sense. Yeah. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Tuna. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know it well. Know how you feel. We're kind of taking a while to get this thing how I like it. I feel like it's just missing something, and I couldn't tell you what it is. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Let's do this. Curious if we just like darken this over here. It just gets darker as it goes in, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we do some sort of like little creature or something, some bats. Do you like that a little better? I don't know. Dispatch is great because the choices really just work to get invested in the story. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's good. I'm not like, again, I discovered the way for me to enjoy those kind of games is just pretend like there's no the choices are an illusion, and I'm never gonna play the game again. Even if I do, I pretend like it's the only time I'm ever gonna play the game, and that what happens is exactly what's meant to happen. And then I'm like, okay, now I have the debilitating choices are gone now. All right, let's add some bats. I don't know exactly where to add bats, but let's add some bats. Cave, bat, cartoon. I just need to see. I need some ideas here, you know? We could just draw like an overlay kind of bat. Like just literally just go like, you know, the, you know, bird sort of shape, but bat. You know, we could do this. You know, except better, probably smaller. Guess they could be hanging upside down too. I don't know, something like that. I don't know where yet. Cave, yo, Debo. That's why you feel like it's more of a show than a game, right? True. You're just like, whatever happens to me is the intended experience, proceeds to get entire cast killed. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. That's our freaking Mine and Toots playthrough of freaking Baldur's Gate. Just murdered everyone. Why? I don't know. Because it just happened that way. Don't judge us. It's mostly our other party members, but you know, sort of. I don't know. I'm all for fighting in that game. I don't really care about the story when it comes to like just dicking around with friends, you know? I don't think they're going to read like bats unless they're flying. You know? I also think we can do more glow. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think we can do more glow. Ooh, actually, that might be what I was missing here. Gotta be more strategic though. Yeah, I'm gonna do like 2 flying bats, and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. I like the treasure idea. I just don't think it's. I don't know how I would do it with like making it look right. I also don't think it like quite works with the ability of the card. If it was like you gain something from doing something, like if it was like you get a positive defeated effect when you do something, like that would be a cool one to have treasure in. Instead, we're just going to do bats flying around. An idea for another day, maybe. That maybe would have been good for the Visions of Death as a treasure chest. I feel like someone maybe have said that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe that was me. Or it was Tuna. The 2 options, really. No, I'm just kidding. Bed. Oh, well, goodbye. Hello, goodbye, Tuna. Not Tuna, Tebow. Frick. Words. Just make a big stretch of black hanging things and it's bats. Yeah, I guess that's true. Sounds like Toot just wanted to remove any competition for romancing Needleby. That's probably true also. Man keeps confusing us. But yeah, a long day, tired, so bye. I do. I'm the worst. Honestly, it's not even that I'm confusing you. I'm just saying the wrong name. I know you're at like who's who. I just can't words. So the T words. Because I don't know how much you know about Hightail, but it's got such great tools and so many of them that people believe they could be the future D&D. I saw a thumbnail that said that. But yeah, I could see that kind of thing. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised more that hasn't happened like with like Minecraft even, you know? I mean, people do Minecraft D&D, but like it feels like that. I'm surprised people don't do that more. $20 seconds till an ad. Okay. Good night, Tebow. We're all dead today. Next stream will be a great revival, hopefully. Minecraft requires a lot more work because the tools are older and less advanced. So Hightail is stepping up with a creation competition in the sandbox mold space. Yeah, I bet you could just like throw down structures and stuff like that. It's like, oh, done. It's kind of the dream. Just a game that can be anything. Yeah, it's fair. Roblox. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, give me a second. We're gonna do an ad. I'm gonna check in with my mom and then see if I'm gonna keep streaming or not. So anyway, be right back. Where my BRB screen is. There it is.
I was challenged by Blackthorn Prod to make a board game in just 24 hours.
And we'll
if you've already
skip
seen
3
that
minutes
video,
into this one.
Consider that seemed too difficult to handle. I decided to painstakingly draw wood grain for this game board with the limited time I had. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, if you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing. Because if you don't, I won't give Luna any more treats. That's right, I'm blackmailing you. Anyway, with all that done, this is the Blight of Blackridge, a cutthroat fight for survival where mercenaries hunt the horrors of this cursed frontier and takes down anyone who would stand between them and their reward. Let me explain the most important parts. First is bidding, added to make the game as cutthroat as possible. Players bet item cards face down on events. The highest bidder wins the event and gets the reward, while the loser suffers the consequences. Generally, this meant taking damage or corruption, which is the other mechanic I wanted to mention. Instead of a traditional hand of cards, each player has 10 inventory slots. When taking damage or corruption, those slots are then filled. If a player's inventory is full of corruption or damage, they lose the game. Players could also choose to team up if an event seemed too difficult to handle alone. That is, if you trust your friends enough to not screw you over. Then after an event, it is mealtime, where a player has to pay a ration or suffer a corruption, or colloquially known as the slop tax. Then the cycle continues until there is one player left standing. One of the biggest advantages of using Dexterous and Tabletop Simulator during development was how easily I could update the game and test changes. I was able to get in 3 playtests within a 24-hour development period, and I'll tell you what, I am so glad I did. because the early versions of this game were not fun at all. The biggest issue is originally bidding was optional, and monster events had no consequences for skipping them. This led to players just skipping every event and eventually dying of starvation as they slowly ran out of food. Needless to say, it was boring. I'm really thankful I got these playtests in because they helped me to polish the game and make something I'm actually proud of. So thank you to my friends for that. But yeah, well, I'm happy with the direction the game went. There were definitely a few features I wish I had time to add. The biggest one was expanding the corruption mechanic, which ended up being a bit samey when compared to damage. The original idea for corruption was it represented a player's descent into madness, slowly transforming them into the monsters they fought to destroy. Upon death, they would rise again and manipulate the game from beyond the grave. The idea was to make the game more challenging for other players, but I wasn't really sure how that would work mechanically. Still, I was excited about the potential. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time and couldn't implement it. Now, I'll admit the game ended up more survival than horror. The real threat wasn't really the monsters, it was the other players. But hey, maybe the real monster was the friends we made along the way. I do plan on continuing work on this game, polishing up and ironing out
are over early. Anyway,
the main one being that card.
Yeah, I guess I could have probably done dispatch today, but I also feel like I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I feel like I want to do it earlier and I kind of ended up doing it normal time. I think I want to start doing streams on Sunday earlier. I think this card's done. Well, with the exception of just giving these guys some quick lighting, like rim light. But yeah, I really want to do I think I want to do Sunday streams early so we can get as many people as possible. Maybe rim light's bad. I think it's bad. We'll see them as little guys. Do I do a third one? I don't know. Or are these bats good? Maybe one smaller than the other. Maybe. I don't know. Or the bats just feel out of place. I feel like they kind of feel out of place. Me. I feel like this just might be done. Maybe we just put them at the mouth of the cave and just make them really small. Maybe. Maybe a third one. I'm gonna cheat. I don't care. I don't care anymore. We're gonna copy this one. We're gonna paste it. We're gonna flip it so no one will ever know, and then rotate it, and then make it smaller. Jabus. That wind. That's it, I think. It be done. He says as he does more. That's cave. I'm calling it. Beets, if you're calling it, why do you keep working on it? I don't know. Guys. If that's even your real name. Oh, my kitten is not at the kitten zone. Probably not going to go for too much longer. I think... I don't have to be like back at my mom's right away, but I think it'd be good to get some other work done. Try to get this video knocked out because I want to be able to do the other video for this too. Like the video for the update. But I think the cave's done. It almost looks a little old gaudy with the sort of teal, but I think it works out. It's kind of on the edge of old god area and whatever, but here we are. PNG. Actually, let's just normal save it first. There we go. Turn this off. Actually, save it again. I like the colors on this one. I think it turned out well. Yeah, I kind of almost wonder if it turned out too much like an old god card now that I'm looking at it, but it's all good. Sorry, I got distracted there for half a second. Okay, let's dexterous. I'm so dead. Uh-oh. Did you die? Did you die? No, I'm high on life. High on life 2. I see. Half-Life 2. Horrible joke. Sometimes jokes are bad. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Ooh, this section needs to have 1 in the deck, otherwise it won't show up. Insert row below. 1 in the deck. We're actually so close to being done. It's crazy. Freaking finally. You know what's gonna happen? You know what exactly what's gonna happen? Is that I'm gonna finish this. I'm like, finally, we're done. And then someone's gonna redeem a card. I'm like, oh, all right, well, I guess it goes in the old deck. It's the only time. The time is now. If someone wants a card in the player deck building update, now's their only chance. The number is reduced by 1 for each minion in play. This should be unit phase. I think shouldn't say unit. It should be just, yeah. It's reduced by 1 for each. Yeah. Okay. High on Life is a super Rick and Morty vibe game. Ah, I know exactly what game you're talking about. The guns are living alien creatures and they poop out projectiles mostly. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was the name of the game, but I know what game you're talking about. This would have no unit gain innately, if you will. Both a cave and a quarry. We're crazy like that. All right, you ready for this? I did it wrong. Did it wrong. Tuna, it's all your fault. I'm sorry. So sorry. I hope you get better. There it is. There's cave. This probably should say cannot go negative, but maybe... Can it go negative? I think it probably can't go negative. That'd make it too bad. Hi, baby. Hello, my love. Hello, beautiful. Hello, my beautiful fluffy one. Come here. Come here. Come here. Tuna, does this make you feel better? Alugana balugana. Listen to the purrs. Okay. Hi, baby. Here you go. There you go. Okay, let's I'm gonna add that text in there. Altruism deck is done. All we have left is humanity. Here. Why is my computer freezing? Cave. This number cannot go below 0. I'm sorry. We hope you get better. So sorry. All right. Now what? I think that's it. I think we call it a day here. I think that's it. But wait. Oh, never mind. But did they? No. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I think that's it for today. I think it's time to be done. I'm going to chill for a bit longer and then probably try to get this video a lot more done with the video. But there's cave. I think that was a good accomplishment for today. Next time we will do we will finish with the Vanguard Knight, aka the Beets art, and then we have to do like a few other things. I think the patch notes are pretty squared away. Oh, that's the other thing I did. I added a word to the pyromancer. I called him a volatile pyromancer instead of just pyromancer because everything else has like a word, and I figured volatile seemed kind of good. So so I need to put that in the patch notes. But yeah, we're gonna have to double check the patch notes, and then there might be like a few little we gotta do the rule book changes. That'll be another thing we'll have to do on stream, which as per usual, rule book stream never super interesting, but let me pull up the what to do and then we'll write that down. Finish beta cards. We literally have one left. We have to finish patch notes. Those are pretty much done. We have to set up, we have to fix the rulebook. And lastly, we have to set up table, which is part of this here, figuring out the decks. Oh, I guess deck build. We got to build the decks. So that'll be that. And then we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how everything plays. I have the feeling we're definitely going to need to give the old god a buff, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I think we're done. Let's find someone to raid. Thank you all for being here. I know it was kind of last minute, and it wasn't the longest stream ever. We were all in a mood. Mostly me just tired and everyone else other stuff, but you know, here we are. We can't always get what we want. No, who do we got here? Man, let's do an artist. Search art. It's literally not loading. I guess while I wait for this to load, let's check out, see if there's anyone on the web that we want to raid. Me, Dearbler. So I'm building Legos. That's kind of cool. It's in German though. Okay, hello? We just need to close this and reopen it. Filter, category, art, go. There we go. Jeez. Boom, 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 boom. What sort of art? Let's do, well, I was gonna say let's do smaller, similar size, but we have like no one hanging out right now, so so we're basically the smallest right now. The smallest we can be. I really should just pick someone. I'm doing that thing where I procrastinate. Pokemons? Maybe. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's raid someone doing Pokemon art. All right, y'all. At least we'll know they know what a trading card game is. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't in English. Yeah. Cool. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. Hope you all have a great day. And if you aren't, have a better day, or hope your day gets better. And I will see you all on Tuesday in theory. Things could change, but it should be on Tuesday, and hopefully we can finish up most of this game. Probably next week we'll do the Beets art, and then we'll do like one more thing, and then hopefully by the weekend we can do some dispatch. So that'll be the tentative schedule. I don't know if I'll post a full one, but we'll see. Anyway. All right, y'all, have a good rest of your day. Goodbye and farewell. Toodaloo. Did it work? Yellow? I don't know if it worked. Whatever.